Really surprisingly, we don't even have a Season 1 Reloaded yet for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, and somehow, Season 2 is already leaking out. There's pictures floating around online everywhere. Due to obvious copyright reasons, I won't be able to showcase them in the video. I believe that Rouse5 was the first to post about the images, and I will leave a link to his article on whatifgaming.com linked in this video's description. I don't know as to where these images have arose from, but I think there's some kind of PowerPoint documentation floating around the community at the moment, which is basically an internal document that the developers use to showcase their content and discuss it between employees, and someone in contact with one of these developers or something like that has somehow gotten a hold of it. We don't know too much about Season 2 since it is quite a while away. As I was saying, it's not going to release until the 1st of February, which is a Wednesday of 2023. Of course, it was supposed to release sooner, but the Battle Pass timer got extended for Season 1, so this Season 1 is going to be quite long, so I wouldn't be surprised if there are more surprises yet to be revealed coming later in Season 1, even after Season 1 Reloaded drops on the 14th of December in just over a week's time. So what do we know in terms of what exactly is coming to Season 2 for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2? Well, first things first, we know it's going to be Japanese themed due to the leaked images showcasing the key art. The logo and seasonal theme is going to be red this time as opposed to the green focus that was for Season 1. Considering this season is going to be Japanese themed, I would expect a lot of anime themed bundles and skins in the store, as well as the Battle Pass will probably have a bunch of anime content. The main operator for Season 2 is going to be Ronin, who of course was also in Modern Warfare 2019. Ronin is holding a katana melee weapon in the artwork for Season 2 as well, so it does seem like most likely that'll be coming as a weapon in Season 2, but so far we don't know what the other Season 2 weapons are going to be. Personally for me, Infinity Ward just really aren't doing well with the post-launch content for Modern Warfare 2. Season 1 has of course brought back shootouts, and we're then going to be seeing shipments return in Season 1 Reloaded, and I would have hoped to be seeing some brand new operators in the seasons, and ones that we can actually care about, like in Black Ops Cold War. We had Stitch and a bunch of other really awesome characters that had a really interesting post-launch story, but so far Modern Warfare 2's post-launch story hasn't been interesting since the Season 1 cinematic. Although visually it was very cool, it didn't provide much storyline, and if we're just going to be seeing Ronin back, I wouldn't expect much storyline for Season 2 either. And it seems like we're just seeing remade maps in multiplayer because, like I said, we saw shipments and shootouts, and the weird thing is the map that is going to be returning for Season 2 of Modern Warfare 2 is Castle, which was a map in World at War, so it isn't even an Infinity Ward map. I don't know why it's returning in this game, and we also just saw it brought back inside of Vanguard, so again, why is it being brought back inside of Modern Warfare 2? I don't really know. Not that this map is bad or anything, but Modern Warfare 2, unlike the past few Call of Duties, has had adequate time in development. It's had a full 3-year development cycle. Black Ops Cold War didn't because it was rushed. It was originally supposed to be a Sledgehammer Games and Raven game, and then Treyarch were forced to take in and take over. Vanguard was then made in a short period of time because it was just Sledgehammer Games trying to scrap together some sort of game after they got let go on the Call of Duty 2020 project. Modern Warfare 2 was being hyped up before launch as having the most expansive and robust post-launch content seasons, and so far they're just falling flat on their face. So far we haven't even had one original post-launch map confirmed for multiplayer, so I don't really know what's going on there. Of course, it is rumored that this game is going to be getting a full 2 years of post-launch content with a paid expansion pass in its second year, which will apparently be marketed basically as a full-on game, as it's apparently going to have campaign DLC and a bunch of brought back maps. But for a game that has been marketed as such, I know they do say every single year that every single Call of Duty is going to have the most post-launch content, but they really hampered down on that marketing slogan this year, and so far the post-launch content is being very, very underwhelming. Multiplayer just isn't getting much content. All of the focus is on Warzone, that's the moneymaker, and if it turns out that Modern Warfare 2 barely receives any original maps in its post-launch content, that's going to be really disappointing because the launch maps, there weren't that many either, and a lot have just been from Al Mazrah anyways, so there really needs to be some original maps. With Vanguard there was a bunch of maps on launch, but then post-launch it didn't receive many maps, and I think that was because the game performed so poorly in sales, so they ended up probably scrapping a lot of content that they had planned, and it only ended up getting 5 seasons instead of 6. With Black Ops Cold War, the game did receive a lot of post-launch content, not enough on launch, but post-launch content was really solid. It did receive a lot of remakes, but there was still a handful of really solid original maps, and that game was rushed anyways, so pretty much everything they were providing was still a win in my book, given the background information that we know in how things went behind the scenes in development. The next thing I want to talk about is regarding what is happening for Warzone in Season 2, because it seems like a new map is coming. Okay, so far, a lot of people are disappointed with Warzone 2 and the fact that there is currently no alternative to Rebirth Island or Fortune's Keep. There's no smaller map for Resurgence. But when Warzone 2 released, the developers did state that there's apparently future content planned that will suffice those fans of smaller maps. Especially because they got rid of Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island from the original Warzone, and now you can only play Caldera. And that is just so annoying and is so manipulative. Activision are just forcing players to play Warzone 2 even if they don't want to, by purposefully removing content they have released. Well, there is going to be a new Resurgence map coming to Warzone 2 as it has leaked. It's going to be a smaller map, and we do actually know that this map is going to be the small little island off the coast of Al Mazrah that we can see in the distance. There's a castle on it. I am sad that it doesn't seem like they're going to be bringing back Rebirth Island to Warzone 2 though, or Fortune's Keep. Fortune's Keep was barely even in the game for long. They released it 4 months or so before it got removed, so what was even the point of that? Why are they wasting all of this development time and resources to make content and then just remove it shortly afterwards? I really hate this new era of gaming with live service games, where they constantly remove content to make people and force people and manipulate people to play the newer content. It's just so shady and removes player freedom. Players don't have the choice to choose what content they want to play, and people are huge fans of Rebirth, and they might never be able to play it again. It seems like Rebirth might be coming to Warzone Mobile though, but I don't know how many console and PC players will go over to mobile just to be able to play this map again. Anyways, on screen you can see a recreation of what this map is going to look like. So there's going to be a castle in the northern center of the map. This might actually just be the castle multiplayer map, which means once again we're not getting any original multiplayer maps. They're just maps taken over from Warzone anyways for the most part. The other points of interest include residential, shipwreck, water treatment, apartments, power plants, which by the way in the DMZ intel there are talks of uncovering a power plant off the coast, and that is because on this new map we're not just going to be able to play it in Resurgence for Battle Royale, which is apparently going to have 50 players. We're also going to be able to play it in DMZ, which I'm really hyped about, and there's going to be a section of this played within Ground War 2 for 24 versus 24, and I'm wondering if that'll just be Castle, but I'm hoping that Castle will be available for 6v6 as well. We then have Port, Greenhouse, Town Centre, Industrial Ruins, and Beach Club, so it seems like this map is very similar, at least theme-wise, to Rebirth Island, with a lot of similar themed points of interest, and I'm wondering how much you're going to be able to swim in the water and go outside of the island. We don't actually have confirmation on when this new Rebirth Island alternative is going to be coming to Warzone 2, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be Season 2, unless, like I was saying, because Season 1 has been extended for quite some time, they might try and jam it in January before Season 2, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be Season 2 in February. Speaking of Warzone though, it does seem like loadout drops are going to be returning as buyables within the buy stations, as people's games have been glitching out, so this could be something that we see in time for Season 2, if not earlier in Season 1 as well. And like I said earlier, there's been this data leak, and that's where all of these images and stuff are coming from an internal document, and this internal document does mention something else regarding a public event called Data Heist, which is hack into enemy laptops to download valuable intel, coming to Warzone, and it says hack into enemy laptops to download valuable intel. There's 3 laptops scattered around a randomly selected point of interest. Interact with the laptop and stay nearby to download the files. Enemy AI swarm the area and deploy DDoS equipment to interrupt the download as they attempt to stop you. Killing an AI will temporarily increase your download rate. Once all the data has been downloaded, valuable loot and other laptop locations will be marked on the tactical map. Securing additional laptops will provide additional rewards. The rewards are XP and valuable loot within the surrounding area to be marked on the tactical map. There are incremental rewards for securing multiple laptops. For 1, you get a loot UAV and ping additional laptops. For 2, you get foresight. For 3, you get an advanced UAV. A stretch goal based on UI. Event completion unlocks seasonal event challenges. I'm wondering if this is going to be just for DMZ, or is this going to be something in Battle Royale and also DMZ? Anyways, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. Apologies that there's not been much content on the channel lately. I have had the flu, 2. So I'm just going to close out this video now before I lose my voice. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.